There we go. It's 10 minutes after 5. I noticed the moon about 15 minutes ago, probably. Real faint out there again. That's what we're getting right now. Probably be this way for a while because the sun's still pretty high. The moon is an hour earlier tonight than what it was last night. I will have to say though, last night, to be fair, the skies were laden with chemtrails here and there, but as you've seen, they were pretty revealing trails. I want to know where gravity is about right now, because that moon's not very far off from the sun, and if the sun's holding the Earth in orbit by its gravity, and the Earth's holding the moon in its orbit by its gravity, and now that it's been real near to the sun, wouldn't the sun's gravity have to intensify? Or the Earth's gravity? The sun's gravity have to subside and the Earth's gravity intensify or something to keep the moon in orbit? And shouldn't the sun now have to be adding a little bit more gravity as the moon falls further behind? The gravity shit don't work. It's a theory and never been proven. The moon can actually have a gravitational field that can grab the depths of the water of the oceans and influence them to drive to the lands? I don't think so, folks. I'm beginning to think that the tides actually have to do with the headwaters of the main rivers that flow the world through, and that the earth is a filter system, because the more I think about it as I observe the moon and I see this mighty Columbia behind me and how much water is actually flooding down it by the second, every second of every day, I have enough common sense and reason to realize that there ain't quite that much precipitation falling from the air, folks. You get it? So where is all the water for the rivers? Where does it come from? Just questions. Even NASA, you know, regardless if they're supposed to be the space, they should also be observing our own environment. And folks, this shit ain't exactly the way we've been instructed for it to believe. I guarantee it. I mean, you take your satellites such as the moon into account with gravity of the earth and of the sun, as the sun's gravity holds the earth in orbit and the earth's gravity holds the moon in orbit, but the earth is orbiting around the sun at 66,600 miles an hour. So the moon also has to orbit around the sun as it orbits around the earth. So when the moon is on the leading path of the earth's orbit around the sun, gravity can no longer pull, it has to push, or the earth is gonna plow over the fucking moon, and the moon is gonna become real estate of earth. Yet you guys so wholeheartedly worship and accept gravity as it's some kind of god. When you look at the G symbol, in the Mason's outfit. Just all the anomalies that they try to answer questions with, everything that is unanswered is some kind of effect. And you don't get it, it's an effect. Yeah, that was a Coriolis effect that just caused that camera to go haywire there a second ago. Keep watching, the gravity is going to continue to drive that moon further west. Oh, the craziness of it all, folks. Now, see, the gravity has to have a mind of its own, because as the moon is in the front of the orbital path of the Earth around the sun, the gravity has to push. But as the moon traverses around to the side, then the gravity can no longer push, because it'll push the moon away. It has to just kind of hold it there as the Earth continues its, or the moon continues its orbit around the Earth, and then as the moon gets around to the backside of the orbital path of the Earth around the sun, so that it's trailing, now the gravity has to literally be pulling on the moon so that the moon don't get left behind in outer space. See, folks, this gravity has to have a mind of its own in order for it to work, and you all don't just get it, you just wholeheartedly accept it as a fact when it's never been proven. It's always been theory. Through your own reasoning and your own devices, it's obvious that what they're telling you is bullshit, yet you accept it. It's not what you know that's important, people. It's what you do with what you know that's important. That's why as I watch this moon and this sun traverse parallel across the sky in a circular path, you can observe it. If you shoot these two heavenly luminaries on their traversing path throughout a day, all you have to do is do it one time and you understand the true path that they take. You may get a little bit of a hint of a taste of it on YouTube. You notice I'm not really panning my camera up or down, it's just going across the sky, traversing heavily into the north is I guess you could say it, a little on the down, but a lot of the northward trajectory, ending up out in the western sky, though it's in the south right now. Let's see if I can zoom in on this a little bit, folks, and see if we can get any moon coming on yet. That camera just wants to go right back to there. Got it. No, folks, and birds are not flying up through the moon. Use your fucking common sense. Not a whole lot of detail to see, but there's it is quite astonishing detail. I mean, for being so close to the same color as the sky is right now. The moon right now, if you weren't observant to it, you wouldn't know it were there, let's just say. It ain't dark enough. It ain't dark at all. Trail. Can you feel it getting darker as that sun pokes over the hill, drops out of perspective?